Welcome back, Speak Your Truth fam. This is your girl Yana Positive. Welcome back to another week's episode. Glad to see you. I know you're glad to see me too. If you're new to family, remember to like, share, and subscribe. Share with those who need the encouragement, those who need the motivation, and those who need the elevation. Here at Speak Your Truth, we create an airy space, inspirational, relatable, empowering, and elevating. For all our listeners and watchers on the line, we are here for you. We are a family. So remember to like, share, and subscribe. Now, this week we're celebrating our 10th episode. Can I hear some music? Yeah. We're celebrating our 10th episode here at Speak Your Truth, and we're elated that you have come along with us on this journey. And so, to recognize this moment, I wanted to involve you guys a bit more. I wanted to hear your voice, your truth. So I did ask for you guys to submit questions, comments, your story, any topic that you would want to talk about and discuss, and we're gonna discuss it here and Speak Your Truth right now, right at this time. Alright? So let's go. Alright, so before we go, I must tell you that we made some upgrades. So right now, I'm not holding my phone. Neither is somebody holding it for me because I have purchased something to hold it for me. Yes, some upgrade. And in media would call it, I think, AVL. It's audio, video, and lighting. So I've upgraded my lighting. I've upgraded my audio as well, but I'm unable to use it at this time because I have some complications with this phone. So we're on an upward movement, an upward path, some elevation. Yes, and I'm excited and elated about that. And I'm excited that you guys have supported me thus far. When I have some dark grainy videos and it did it for me, and I just love that. So now we're gonna get into your questions. I'm excited to see what you guys had for me. I'm excited to read your comments, read your questions, and answer them to the best of my ability. Yeah. So let's get right into it, shall we? Drum roll, please. This one says substance abuse or self-medication. That's a question. So I'm guessing they're asking if it is that we can talk about either substance abuse or self-medication. Alright, I'll talk about self-medication first. A lot of people self-medicate. We're Jamaicans. We don't like to go to the hospital. We don't like to go to the doctor. Our health system is a bit poor. So it's a long wait if it is that you're to go to the hospital, and it's money if you're to go to the doctor. And so a lot of us self-medicate at times. And I've self-medicated too, but I don't encourage persons to do it because it doesn't work out in the long run. It could be something serious and you diagnose yourself, misdiagnose yourself, and you be treating it for something different and even making the situation worse. So what happened was, a year ago I had some issues, some complications, and I didn't want to go to the doctor because these are issues that I knew I could fix from home. So I made some drastic changes to my diet, exercise, stuff like that. And the minute I slipped up, it came back because you have to keep on a diet. And I had to go to the doctor. And the issue is being resolved when I now merging my home remedies with medication from the doctor. And I'm telling you guys to tell you this, that sometimes we self-medicate at home. I myself, I like the use of herbs. I wish I had somebody who taught me how to use all of them, but sometimes the medications have so many complications or side effects and so I like to use the natural roots, natural herbs, stuff like that. But to be honest with you, I don't recommend a person self-medicate, because there have been instances where persons take the matter into their own hands, and they went to the doctor and they find out that, oh, this is something that's cancerous, and this is something that's fatal, and it's really too late at that point because they self-medicated. So I wouldn't recommend that. Substance abuse is something that we can make a topic here at Speak Your Truth. I think it needs a whole episode to talk about that one day, because that one is heavy bad. So I'll make a note and make an episode especially. I'll make a note and make an episode especially to talk about substance abuse. So thank you to the person that sent that in. Alright, next question. Was Jesus and his disciples always fit? And that's coming from Lenivia. And I would say that I think they were, because back in those days it was really walk. They would walk from one town to another, one community to another, one parish to another. Imagine walking to the nearest town or walking to the nearest parish from you. I think they were fit. And whatever vehicle they had back then was like horse-drawn, donkeys, stuff like that, and those require work as well. So I do think Jesus and his disciples were fit. That's a funny question. I love that one. How do I improve from here is the other question. And I don't know what here is for you, but I do know that their general okay, I don't know what here is for you, but I can approach it in a general sense. So I don't know what here is for you, but how do I improve is I change my habits. Every negative habit that I have, I try to change it. So as I told you guys in previous episodes, journaling is very, very important. This is my journal. I got it from my grandma. Hi, grandma. Alright, so I journal a lot, and in order to improve, I write stuff down. So I would write like where I am now. Where I am now is I'm in 4th year at university. I'm a social work major, communication studies major, and where I want to be in the future. Who do I see myself? So once you have a goal in mind, then what you need to do at that middle line is to change your habits that you have to get to the goals. If you feel as if you don't have habits that move you forward. So I pray. I'm a very spiritual person, so I pray a lot. Pray in the morning, evening. I write down, as I said, a journal. I exercise. I eat as healthy as I can. And what I journal, if you want me to get into specifics, is that I journal my good qualities, and then I journal the negative qualities, and I see how I can fix my negative qualities. And I also do my goals. So what are your long-term goals? What are your short-term goals? How do you get there? So for instance, I'll give you an example. I write down my good qualities. I'm strong, I'm smart, I'm intelligent, I'm outspoken, I'm passionate, I'm beautiful, I'm fearless, God-fearing, and loving, kind, and I'm a woman. And I write down my negative qualities, things such as how angry I get, how I handle stressful situations, how how I need to be a better Christian, and how is it that I get to these places. And I know what to work on based on my negative qualities. With my goals now, I write down my short-term goals and I write down my long-term goals. So my short-term goals include getting my driver's license, getting my visa, getting my GPA, keeping my GPA over a certain level, passing all my courses, keeping my mental mind in check, and just doing my best, growing my YouTube channel. You guys can help me with that one, yeah? And giving back to my community. Those are my short-term goals. And I haven't written down most of my long-term goals yet, but what I do is I write them down, and then there's how to get there. What do I do? So do I need to get up in the morning? If it is that I need to pass all my courses, do I study more? Do I need to pay more attention to my schoolwork? How do I get there? How is it that I keep my have a mental stability? What are the practices I have? Should I listen to more upbeat, positive music? How is it that you get there? So, on to the next question. Thank you for the person that wrote that. And on to the next question is it says, hi Miss Positive, date night. No more I know who they ask me for out for one date in a corona. Not like me. Tell the God truth. Because a corona and a curfew, when me I go on date? No sir. Come again. I would like to believe that you have concern for my well-being. So the date night thing, Alright, next time. The next question is, how much have you grown since the start of SYT? I've grown a lot. On a social level, I see where I have a strong support system. Yeah, big up my social work people them. Yeah, big up my communications people them. Big up all of my family and my friends them who support me. Big ups and bless ups. I see where I have a strong support system. So it's like, oh, you guys believe in me. That's so good. And on an emotional level, I share things with you guys that I haven't shared with anyone. So it was good getting it all out there. I tell you, it's really hard speaking your truth. It's easier to talk somebody else's truth, or talk a scenario. Like this girl go down the road and this thing happened to her. But to speak your truth, it's hard because that presents you that a level of vulnerability that you don't necessarily want to give to people. But it can also be a refresher. It can also be amazing. It can also be a very good feeling. And I felt like admitting things to you guys got me to a better place where I'm able to progress healthier mentally, and I'm able to admit certain truths not only to you but to myself. So yeah, on a professional level, guys, I'm a content creator. I'm doing graphics, and I think as I was saying, I'm doing graphics and I've seen where I've improved, and I'm video editing. I'm not so shelf on one day, but a couple episodes from now I might can boss off phone. Yeah, and I have to come up with new content. And big up to the people that assist me, Shantoy, Abigail, Namonia. I love you guys. That really assist me to get in where I want to go. And I've learned so much about fulfilling my purpose, So SYT has allowed me to grow a lot. How do you cope during COVID? I didn't feel it at first because I'm a homebody. I don't go out that much, so I didn't feel it at first. But now I do. I do now. I do. I really want to go to karaoke night at Carol Cliff, and I really want to dress up and let my hair out and just put on some lip gloss and something powder and stuff and go on my friends. But I can't anymore. So I've learned to cope by really keeping busy. I have schoolwork, I have this channel, I have other social engagements, church and stuff like that. I've learned to keep busy, and it got me some solitude, some well-needed solitude, and I was able to reflect on me and what's important to me and get to put things into perspective. Because when you strip away all the things that you used to do and it's just you and your yard and corona, you realize that life is full of uncertainty and you need to make the best of your life in any given circumstances. So even if you're home, what do you do when you're home? Even if you can't go anywhere, what's the substitute for that? You get what I'm saying? And another question is, how do you take care of hypertension? And I find this one very interesting because in the first Love Yourself episode on Friday night, Rory spoke about how it is that you can get rid of these lifestyle diseases, and it's really not about changing. It's really not about it running in my family and I forget it. It's about changing your lifestyle, because it's not about just it runs in my bloodstream, I have to get it. But it's really, what do you put in your food? How do you cook? How do you live your life? Do you exercise? And I find that a lot of persons, if you change your lifestyle, then they can change that pattern. Are you one of those persons who put salt in the water and salt in the food, salt in the water and salt in the rice? Or you one of those persons that work up yourself and worry over things that could possibly be checked by reality? Or are you somebody who cuts back on salt because they know that they're struggling with hypertension and try to guard themselves with reality? So tell yourself that even though I'm worrying about this, this is the reality. This person is safe right now because I just called him 5 minutes ago. This is the reality that things happen, life changes, but I have God in my corner and He's there for me. He knows what's best for me. So that was the question segment. All right, let's move over to the views on any issue. Alrighty. Alright. So we have weed and liquor always in my system, chilling the vacant parts of my district. This sounds like a rhyme. Living life to the fullest, never pause, not having limits. Music on the speaker makes the atmosphere feel neater. Feeling like a prophet or a preacher. This is definitely like a song or a poem. Yeah, big up to the person who write this. Big up yourself. You have a talent, you have a gift. So, in reading this, it kind of brings me back to when I was in Mandeville and I lived in an inner city area. And trust me, there was weed and liquor around every corner. People were going crazy, literally mentally ill, because them smoke weed and it mash up their head real bad. And them drink liquor and them mix it with things, and it was just insanity. And it was never quiet because some dance always a play, even during Corona time. There was always loud music, and I feel like these lyrics remind me that even though you live in a community like that, you can still prophesy to these people. You can still be a preacher. You can still be the one that uphold a good moral life and a good moral behavior for people to look at and say, yeah, me can even come from your son and do that. So members can do it too. You know? So big up to the person who write this. Bless up. And the second response was mental health. The mind is an important part of our existence and it needs love and care. I agree. October 10 is celebrated Mental Health and Awareness Day. But I believe every day as long as we live should be mental health awareness. I love this response. Just like how we take time to fix up and glow up and dress up, we oftentimes don't spend such time glowing up our minds with positive thoughts and emotions. Lord, me love that response, yeah. The mind is like an engine, and without the right fuel, we will not go anywhere. And so I'm gonna feel like I need to comment on this because it speaks for itself. This writer was indeed on the right track, on point, definitely on point, because we don't stress mental health often enough. And I just start seeing we've come a long way to making a difference and to being serious about mental health. And so I'm glad for that, but we still have a long way to go where we recognize that mental illness is something that should be spoken about and it could save a lot of lives. I mean, in Jamaica now there's so many suicides and it's awful. There's so many suicides and there's so many people who could have been saved with the right treatment. And these are children, these are 8-year-olds, and these are our babies. They could have been saved by taking their mental health very seriously. And I think that's something that we as Jamaicans need to do. I have grown to realize, moving on to the next comment, that conversational competence can resolve most relational problems. Sometimes silence is a conversation needed. And I so agree with that because sometimes silence speaks volume and some things aren't worth your voice. If you get what I'm saying. I remember listening to the radio this week and the radio host was talking about the most mixed up dancehall artists, and she was saying that there's this particular artist who used to respond to everybody, and now she's selective of who she responds to and how she responds and what she responds to. And that's a sign of maturity and growth. When it is that, I'm not telling you nobody silent treatment, but sometimes silence is really needed. Sometimes we allow others' failures to discourage us to try something new. I feel like I go make this and put this on a quote, and if the person want me put them name, you let me know. But I go put anonymous for now. But this is an amazing quote because so often we allow the opinions of others to really prevent us from trying or doing the things that we would really want to do. And so it's important for us to know that our inner voice and God's voice are the two most important voices that we need to have and nobody else's. Belief can be a gift or a curse depending on what you believe in, and that's so true. It brings me back to 11th grade. Where we talk about It brings me back to 11th grade in RE class when we said that religion is the opium of our nation, and opium is a drug. So as a drug, it can either be good or it can be bad, but belief can be something that hinders you and it can be something that pushes you forward. I've seen people who are like the Pharisees and the scribes, holier than thou, and that belief is a curse. nobody's supposed to mechanically hold on, nobody's supposed to hold on to stuff like that. And I've seen where it's a gift, where it gives us hope and it gives us courage. So it can be a gift or a curse depending on what you believe in. Again, link me if you want me to put your name, because I feel like I'm gonna make this into a quote. Yeah. So the next comment is new intro with more of Yana in the shot. Girl, boy, you read my mind, because I do have a new intro and I'm in the shot. Boy, this exciting bad. Thank you guys so much for participating. I do think we're gonna pin this. I do think we can put a pin in this until next week, same time, same place. So remember, Speak Your Truth the Untold. This is Yana Positive. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And here we create an Iris space, inspirational, relatable, empowering, and elevating. So see you next time, same place, same time. Love you guys.